Okay, first things first. What is the mystery quote in my First Chapter Friday videos? Each week, I post a new video on my channel reading aloud the first chapter of a book that I think middle schoolers will enjoy. My goal is to whet their appetite and make them want to pick up the book and continue reading it on their own. For each book, I've chosen a quote that comes from the text and share it on screen, one word at a time. Usually, the quote connects to the theme of the story or shares an important lesson. My intent is that students will copy the words down as they watch the video and then at the end check to see if they're correct. The purpose of the quote is to increase engagement and student attention while watching the video and prevent them from zoning out. These mystery quotes can be found in almost all of my videos starting in June 2021, except for the First Chapter Friday videos in which I share a graphic novel because there's already so much going on the screen. Currently, there are over 100 of these videos waiting for you on my channel. How did I come up with the idea? I'm glad you asked. Initially, I wanted a way for teachers to encourage their students to read over the summer and have a way to keep them accountable. I envisioned teachers and libraries posting video links and then asking students to email them with the mystery quote or enter it on a Google form or something as a way to prove they'd watched it all the way through. Not because we're keeping score or grades in the summer, but for fun, kind of like a treasure hunt. Putting the words on screen came from 2 TV shows, one a recent one and one a pretty old one. If you're an HGTV junkie like me, you've likely seen the show Renovation Island. What's different about this Reno show than many others is they often have dialogue boxes on screen that will give behind-the-scenes facts or trivia about the show or tips about the project happening on screen. I noticed that more so than any of the other shows I watched, I multitasked less and I paid attention to the show more. Then it got me thinking back to VH1 and pop-up music videos and how much I loved them when I was a kid. Again, the concept of reading text on a screen made the experience more fun. And if you want proof, I did a little Googling and found out that for a while in the 90s, pop-up music videos was the highest rated program on VH1. I figured the strategy could work with students as well, and thus the idea to include mystery quotes in my videos was born. So how does it work? It's super simple. Choose your First Chapter Friday video and press play. Ask your students to record the quote as they watch and listen, and then finally, at the end of the video, check your answer to see if they've done it correctly. I don't have printable answer sheets for this activity because it would be pretty tedious to make a new one for each week and for you to keep track of them and print them on the right video and all that nonsense, but there are several ways you can take this activity to the next level. For example, after the video, you could ask your students to turn in their quotes and do any one of the following things. Number 1, they could earn participation points. I see this as being especially helpful on a day when there's a sub in the room and you want to make sure that students are busy and on task while you're not there to watch their every move. One of my favorite ways to level up the activity is to have students place their written quote in a bucket for a drawing. The person whose name you draw out will be the lucky duck who gets to check out this week's First Chapter Friday book first. This way, their extra attention is rewarded with the thing that we're trying to encourage: reading. Another idea is to post a leaderboard in your classroom and record the points for correct entries. I love doing this with my brain break videos and the number of trivia questions students answer correctly in their teams. This could be an extension of that. It's a super fun way to build camaraderie in your classroom and also encourage participation. Finally, if you're an incentive-giving person, there's always the option of giving a small prize. Personally, I love giving students super smart suckers, aka dum-dums, because they are cheap, allergy-free, and popular. Okay, that's it. Hopefully you better understand how this student engagement strategy works and you'll be able to implement it into your classroom next time you all watch a First Chapter Friday video. If you like this video, check out this other student engagement strategy that's a real hit, especially for kinesthetic and tactile learners.